Well, hello, good people. We are checking in on Micah Parsons live, and we got to see what he's got going on to answer what the hell he's talking about when he said basically forget the scoreboard. We only lost in 5 plays. So this is going to get interesting to say the least. Shout out to Micah. Here's what I'll say. Win or lose, he shows. And that's a real man, not a cockroach like you Eagle fans. All right. Still waiting. Still waiting. Still waiting.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Oh.
All right. We're just waiting for him to get started. Changing the camera angle. Making sure that the nationwide is seen. I got to see this reaction to the loss. Okay. Nice. Got the multiple screens, kind of like I do right here as well. I've got 4 screens set up here. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. Did I hear a sigh? We got to pause. Okay.
Welcome back to The Edge, live in your Bleacher Report app. I am your host, Micah Parsons, and this episode is sponsored by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side. Let's get right into it. Cowboys, Eagles. Obviously, it was a devastating blow, but Cowboys Nation, we have 7 days remaining left in the 2024 season. A lot of highs, a lot of lows. Obviously, not where we want to be. But we're going to use this season as motivation to move forward. And, you know, I've been seeing a lot of speculation. They didn't show y'all the full game interview of my, talking about, take away the scoreboard. And this is just for people, casual fans who just take anything and just run with it. It was breaking down football is made of big plays, right? If there's no big plays in the game, as we could see in Seattle, Chicago was 6-3. Last week it was Rams, Cards, and it was like 13-6. So big plays are like explosive runs, explosive passes, and things like that. And also pick interceptions, fumbles, things like that. So when I said when you're playing a good team like Philly is a playoff team. I think they're going to make a deep run into playoffs. When you're playing a team like Philly, you can't lose the explosive play battle. And when I say that is you can't give up the huge plays like Devontae Smith getting a deep ball before the end of half that put him in, with 30 seconds left to put him in position to score. We can't give up a pick six. We can't give up, another deep bomb to Devontae Smith, a slant for, 40 yards. So and then we also didn't create no turnovers back. So, they had all these explosive plays. And when you're playing a team like Philly, they have to earn everything. They can't, if you're going to score, it got to be a 10, 15 play drive. If you're and if you take 3, you take that as a win. But you can't have 4-play drives, 3-play drives. You can't create turnovers. You can't turn the ball over because then you're giving their weapons that they have chances to be explosive. So it's only so much into the game plan where you're like, hey, if we're in this situation, we can do this. But eventually there's going to be a play call that goes into their favor, especially when you got a guy like Saquon Barkley. And then you got those 2 outside pieces. It really didn't matter. So it wasn't that I thought that the score would differentiate between us and them. I just say, like, when you just play a team that good, you can't afford to make those type of errors, give up those type of plays. It's very simple in the game of football. It's very simple. So the fact that, you know, people want to take that and say it's CTE or delusional. No, you're delusional thinking that you can play a team like Philly and turn the ball over or give up explosive runs or passes. So when we didn't win the explosive, you know, play battle, of course we're not going to win that game. Of course the outcome of that game is going to look like. I mean, you take those, you know, 3 deep passes, you know, say had 2 explosive runs for 20 yards more, and the turnovers, that's 9 explosive plays. Of course the outcome of the game will look like that. You know, so obviously it's not the best we've played in the last couple of weeks, but we're in a position where we have 1 game left and we're playing a playoff team. You know, and it's going to be a good game. We won the last battle. We're going to be at home, and I'm looking forward to it. You know, I want to end the season off with a bang, momentum going into next year, because why not? You know, they come into us, they come into our city, and it's going to be an electrifying game. I can't wait. You know, so we have to win that battle, though. You know, obviously going against Jane Daniels, we see in the last 2 weeks, he's icy. You know, he's icy. You know, I think if Jaden Daniels was doing what he's doing now, you know, he was doing a little bit before the rib injury. I think the rib injury held him back. But what I noticed in these last couple of weeks is he's not afraid to run no more. He's taking and running. I think if he didn't have that rib injury, we're looking at, you know, an MVP conversation for him. Obviously, he's locked up the Offensive Rookie of the Year. I haven't seen more of a cold-blooded rookie, you know, since I've been in the NFL, and probably the past, you know, but besides Lamar, probably past 5-7 years. But I think he's at a different level. You know, I think he's been the best rookie in the past couple of years when it comes to end of game situations. We have to score, we have to win. His composure, bro. I know, I get he's a 25-year-old rookie, but his composure is like he's been in the league for, you know, the last 4 or 5 years, and it doesn't matter. So, you know, it's really going to be challenging, you know, going against him. Obviously, he has a lot of momentum. He has a lot of belief. His team does too, at Holmes. And it's going to be a pretty crazy game. So, and, you know, I can't wait for that matchup. But then you talk about the NFC, and there's been 21 consecutive seasons that doesn't have a back-to-back champion. And I don't think there will ever be. As long as, you know, Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, and the Giants may go get them a franchise quarterback, you know, this offseason in the draft. I don't think we might see that again. I think every year for the next, you know, 5-8 years is going to be probably the most competitive division besides the Ravens-Bengals division. And, you know, we don't know how long Russ is going to stay in that division. We don't know what's going to happen right there, but okay, you know, I think this is going to. I think the NFC East is probably going to be the most challenging, toughest division in all of the NFL. You know, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. You know, I think 3 great MVP caliber mobile quarterbacks in that division is going to be the most challenging. So you got to be super consistent. Super consistent. It's going to be a tough matchup. I just, you know, you love to say it, but, you know, things happen. Just like this year, we thought we could run it back with the same guys and injuries. So you just really never know. You got to add everything into it, like injuries. You know, if, you know, your quarterback goes down, you just really just never know what could happen. So, you know, I don't think it's going to be one of the toughest feats to go back to back in this NFC East, especially the way these quarterbacks been playing. It's going to be very, very tough. And, you know, and then, you know, speaking of Philly, man, and as long as Saquon's there, and I just want to give a big shout out to Saquon Barkley, you know, 9th running back in NFL history to reach the 2,000 rushing yards in a season. Oh, man, it's a tremendous feat, man. Congratulations. We are, believe it or not, Saquon is probably one of the biggest reasons why I committed to Penn State. You know, it's actually crazy because, you know, Saquon's from Whitehall, and I'll never forget, you know, he's finishing up a great, you know, junior season. He's getting ready for the draft, and I'm getting ready to come in. So I had just missed playing with Saquon, and he kind of just was like, man, if you just follow this route, you come here, you represent Pennsylvania, and you just do it right. I'm not saying you'll have the same career as me, but you'll have a great chance of doing something pretty great here. And, to see where he's become, looking up to him as a mentor and then seeing his success as a, fellow member of the National Football League has been nothing but amazing to see. And to see him repping Pennsylvania again. Not only did he do it in high school, college, and now he's repping PA and Philly, doing his big one. It's really a great honor. So congratulations to, the big bro Saquon for hitting 2,000 yards. And man, I don't think there's a greater irony in life than to get the chance to break the record against a team who didn't want you. The team that just kind of say, we don't need you, we don't believe in you. And I just think that is so amazing. I think it's hysterical. We already know that I blame the Giants for everything that's happened this season. Because why did they let him go? We still have no idea. When we all knew that, it seemed like everyone in the world knew that Saquon Barkley was the Giants' offense except for the Giants. So yeah. So we're there. So, if he breaks that record, it's easy to say that he should be an MVP. But we all know it's a QB award, so he'll be the offensive player of the year without a doubt. He's locked that in. He'll be offensive player of the year. And then, let's get right into that MVP conversation while we're there. And I tweeted Joe Burrow should be the MVP.
All right.
If you look at previous seasons, he joins Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers.
All right, I'm going to end it right there. Micah Parsons, y'all took it the wrong way with what I said. Yeah. I don't know that I've ever been more ready for a season to end for a team. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been more ready. Have a great day, people. Peace out.